welcome. I hope you all had a really great Christmas. I was lucky enough over the Christmas period to have some time in the workshop, and I decided to process some wet walnut logs and a piece of not so wet beech. And over the time I think I did 12 or 13 bowls and had a great time. I love turning wet wood. The walnut was very wet, and that was some of the walnut that I was very kindly given by Adam McCall when he came up to visit a few months ago. And the beech has been down for about 4 or 5 months, I should think, so it's not quite as wet, but still not dry enough to finish turn. One thing I'd like to say from the outset, when you're doing this sort of a turning, when you've got uneven blanks on the lathe which have got bark inclusions and various bits of uneven surface, bits can fly off everywhere. In my personal opinion, safety goggles aren't sufficient. You must wear a full face shield. This is my opinion only, take it or leave it, the choice is yours. So the first piece is about 6 or 7 inches deep and about 8 to 9 inches, maybe 10 inches in diameter to begin with. Very, very uneven, very unbalanced, and I'll show you my method of taming it and getting it into a rough turn bowl. The second one is a walnut crotch, and that I merely cut down the middle on the bandsaw and put it on the lathe and turned it into a bowl. And the third one is a very out of balance and uneven beech blank as well. Normally I put them on a circle cutting jig and turn them into a round, but I had the large blade on, couldn't be bothered to change it, so I just cut the corners off just to make it a little bit even. And another thing to remember is always start the lathe off at 0 or as low as your lathe will go, and build it up gradually until you start to feel vibration. Don't do what a lot of people say is, oh, you can go through the vibration. Just back off a little bit, and to begin with it is a bit clunkety clunkety clunk, but as you make it more balanced and more round and you get your bevel, you'll be able to increase your speed to a level you're happy with. Okay, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll show you my methods of turning wet, rough turned bowls.
I've mounted the piece on the lathe and bringing up the tailstock for extra support, and as you can see it's well out of balance. Selecting a 3/8 bowl gouge, hold the tool firmly, not white knuckle, so you get the feel of the cut, and increase the level of speed until you get vibration. Back off a little bit, just double check the tailstock and start to cut. And as you can hear, there's a lot of air there at the moment, and this is what this sort of turning is all about. Nice light cuts. You can see you're starting to get a flat, smooth surface there. Just back off, don't push the tool in, just nice and lightly nibble away until you start to form a shape. Now I'm going across the bottom of the bowl. Again, very uneven, nice light cuts. You can see there that my right hand is shaking, as it will do because it's going across an uneven surface. And you'll see I've turned the speed up a little bit now as it's getting more in balance. And you'll see now I've got somewhere to ride the bevel, much smoother cut and no vibration on my right hand there. And we can start to form the shape we're looking at. Now working up the side of the bowl to get the basic outline of the outside of the bowl, and as you can see, nice shavings coming off as I'm working my way up, getting rid of the unevenness and making a smooth surface. And this is how the bowl looks. There's a lot of inclusions, a lot of bark, so there's various densities as well. Going to get the parting tool now just to define the tenon into which I'll reverse it into the chuck, and just finishing off the outside shape. And you can see the nice long wet curly shavings coming off. Just giving a nice square shoulder to the tenon with a skew chisel, and I would take it off the worm screw and reverse it and put it into the jaws of the chuck. Now I'm just going to level off the front of the bowl and make some ridges, which is a method I don't usually use, but it's a good way of practicing with this sort of turning. Make some ridges for the bevel to register against and start to hollow out. That's the beauty of this sort of turning. You can experiment and try new methods. Now I'm just going down to the required depth, and my aim is to keep the walls an even thickness all the way down the bowl to try and ensure the best possible drying results. There is some dead wood in the middle. You see the lighter areas there, which I'm hoping when it's dry I'll be able to pick out and fill with something, because this bowl has a lovely figure and I really want to try and keep it. Time will tell. Just putting a bit of light on the subject for the last few cuts. Now we have the crotch of walnut, and again out of balance, bringing the revs up to the point where it vibrates again, and then just backing off a little bit and start light cuts. As I keep saying, don't hold the tool too firmly, just nice and firm but not white knuckle, and start to nibble away at the corners and start to form the shape. There's a lot of unevenness on this particular piece as well. Just started to go around the bottom of the bowl now to see where I'm going to flatten off to form the tenon. The big thing with this sort of turning is there's a lot of different densities of wood, and you have to be very mindful of that. So just forming the tenon with my parting tool, and then I can bring the sides of the bowl to blend in with that. Again, once you can register your bevel on a smooth surface, you get nice shavings, and it's a much more enjoyable experience. Even when my body is sort of in front of the bowl, I'm keeping my head tilted to the right out of the line of fire. So take it off the worm screw now and place it in the jaws of the chuck. Not a very big bowl this, but nevertheless it should look nice. square off the front again, or flatten the front face, and then start to hollow to again an even wall thickness, or as even as you can get it. And this does help to prevent too much cracking during the drying process. Just a few final cuts and we're ready to wrap it up in shavings and brown paper and wait until it's dry enough to finish turn. Should make a nice pretty bowl, all being well. Now here is the beech plank, which is well out of balance as well and not as wet as the walnut, so it's a bit more solid. There is a crack running through, but I'm hoping to turn that away as we get further down. Stay out of the line of fire and just nice light cuts when you've found the right revs just below the vibration point, and start to nibble away. Now I'm able to get some stability, less air, and we can start really forming the shape of the outside of the bowl. Now I noticed that there's a big crack there, as you can see, and I'm hoping to turn it away, so just keep going. So the bowl is going to be smaller than I'd originally anticipated, but as you'll see, I managed to turn that crack away. We'll keep on checking from the bottom up to see if the crack disappears, how deep it's gone. Checking there now, and nice and clean up to that shoulder, so the crack has gone. So what remains to do now is to remove that excess wood and finish the outside shaping of the bowl, spin them around and hollow out the inside. Again, just defining the size of the tenon and working the shape to that. Now I can take him off the worm screw again and put it into the jaws of the chuck and hollow out the inside, and it'll be ready to put away and dry. Again, just facing off the front. Get rid of that nasty edge a little bit on the outside there, and start to hollow. Again, keep checking the wall thickness, because I've said before, you want to try and get the wall thickness as even as possible throughout the piece, and this then enables, hopefully, better drying.
Well, I hope some of you found some use in that. I certainly enjoyed myself, as I always do when I'm wet turning. It's one of the best things about wood turning is wet turning. I love it. As I say, it's not a definitive guide, it's just my method, and if you can take something away from it, then I've achieved my goal. Well, thanks very... Oh, by the way, before I forget, don't forget, Maker Central, May the 5th and 6th of 2018 at the National Exhibition Centre, the NEC in Birmingham, UK. Promises to be a really great event. I will put links down below to both the organiser's name and channel, Nick Zammit, and also to the Maker Central website and YouTube channel, where you can keep up to date with all the latest developments. It promises to be a great event, as I say, and I hope we'll see you there. Well, thanks very much indeed for watching. Thanks also for your support in 2017. As I say, enjoy New Year's Eve, and I will see you in 2018. Thanks very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.